Hello everyone, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge. Good morning everyone and welcome to another oddly specific romance rec. This one is within the age gap realm, and today we're doing Dad's Best Friend. I do have a couple variations on this one that we'll get to as I get to them, but I'm so excited to be bringing these to you. This video topic was voted on and selected by my channel members. So if you're interested in supporting the channel that way, my channel memberships are the most cost-effective way to support me here on the channel. I know that they don't get talked about as much these days because Patreon is the sexy place to be, which I mean, I obviously love my patrons as well. But channel memberships get early access to all videos. They get to help vote on the topics that I discuss or recommendations that I do, as well as there are monthly live chats and hangouts and all the fun goodness like that. So definitely check out the link down below to join that, or click the join button and see the different options that we have. So for this oddly specific rec video, I have 7 recommendations that are Dad's Best Friend, and I wanted to pick some that aren't the ones that are coming up all the time right now. So I know there are some that aren't on this list because I picked 7, and some of them are actually some older ones that aren't getting talked about as much now. But I know Dad's Best Friend is obviously like a favorite. I mean, it's one that I love too, and we're gonna go through those. So let's start already off with a kind of variation to the plan here, and that is the RSVP by Lauren Blakely. This is the first book in the Virgin Society by her. I actually read The Tryst first, which is an ex's dad, which is a really good one, but this one is actually Dad's business partner, and he's only 10 years older than the heroine. But this book is really about the heroine zeroing in on her dad's business partner. She finagles her way into an internship with their company. They are in show business, actually. They produced this TV show that was based on her deceased mother's book series that she'd done. And she is finally ready to make her move on him. So I really enjoyed this one. The audiobook is how I got into this one. I can't talk today. That is how I dived into it, is through the audiobook, and I loved that. So yeah, definitely check this one out. Oh, by the way, all of these books that I'm mentioning, the Amazon links are down below if you want to dive into them. There is a squirrel who, every time I'm filming, he comes and sits right there. And I have my door open a little bit because I don't have the air conditioner yet. Still waiting on that. But he makes like he's gonna try to run in here and makes me nervous. Anyway, moving on. The other one I have that is a bit of a variation is because it isn't a dad's friend, it's an uncle's best friend and business partner. But I feel like it still really works. And this is a series that I want more people to still talk about, but they don't. And that is Liar. And this is a part of the Voyeur series. So this one is uncle's best friend. And this couple actually meets in a novella story that happens where she sneaks into her uncle's club and goes to one of the voyeur rooms. And she's in there with this man, and they both kind of like get off while they watch the scene unfold. The voyeur club is super, super cool because you basically can go in and watch different sex acts happen, and it's like watching live adult entertainment. And some books in the series are about people who have worked in the club, those who own the club, and then, in this case, the niece of one of the owners. And so she has this really hot experience with this guy in this voyeur room, and then she discovers who he is, and that puts them in an interesting situation. So this one, absolutely love. This whole series is so great. I was able to get a couple of them signed when I went to Book Bonanza, and I just love it. Okay, now I have my computer and some notes for the rest of these because, like I said, I wanted to pull from some that were older and they aren't the ones that everyone is sharing around right now. but that means that I needed to look them up because they're books that I read. But you know, when you read 500 to 700 books a month, it's tough to remember every detail about everything, right? So one that gets right to the point is one of the Touch of Taboo novels from Katie Robert that was called My Dad's Best Friend. This one is most likely to come up if you just type in Dad's Best Friend, right? You're going to get it. And man, do I miss the Touch of Taboo series. I know that these were like treats for Katie to write, and they've been sidelined indefinitely as she finishes the Dark Olympus series and some other things. But I really loved when these books were coming out because they were exactly what they said they'd be. They weren't trying to be anything else, and they were hot. Okay, they were hot. So this one is, she was previously rejected by her dad's best friend, and so she has steered clear of him since then. But now she needs his help, and she won't take no for an answer. So she plans to go to his house and basically seduce him, and that's what it is. This is just a little novella, very hot, very good. And it's, again, not trying to be anything but what it is. It's delightful. So I read this one a few years ago, and I read it like right when it came out, and then it had this huge cliffhanger, and it just drove me nuts. So I definitely need to get back into the series, but it was so addictive. Wow, I actually read this in February of 2020. That is so crazy. That is so crazy. Okay, so this one is about Petra, who's 17 years old, and she's the heir to this like finance tycoon, and she has a love for her godfather, Alex. And so yeah, this starts when she's 17, and so this one is like really taboo as well. But like, they have this like obsession with each other that turns into this really deep love, and then they're having to like fight against, you know, everyone telling them they shouldn't be together, fight against her father making ultimatums, and sometimes trying to physically remove her away from Alex. And yeah, so that was the first one in this series. I think that there are quite a few of these now. Wow, there's 4 of them now. So, you know, I think it's one of those like toxic, deep relationships that just get spread out through the books. But I remember being so drawn into it. And it was so angsty, and it was really hot too, because it was a lot of like, you are the only one I've ever been obsessed with. And I've saved myself for you. So very angsty, very taboo, you know, dive into that at your own risk, right? Okay. Then we have an absolute classic, but still an older one. Like I said, this one's all the way back from 2016, and that is Torn by Carrie and Cole. This is another one that their love really begins when she is underage. I think she really is making her love known when she's only 16 years old. So there definitely is some taboo-ness about this. And Torrin is her pseudo uncle, but also her dad's best friend. Like, they were this band, and basically like there was a young pregnancy, and so they like all kind of helped raise her, is how it is. And now she's all grown up now and having feelings for him and stuff like that. So yeah, this one is very, very beloved. This one has 28,000 ratings on Goodreads, so you know how people love this one. But and then okay, so she starts having feelings for him when she's a teen, but it isn't until she's like turning 18 that she really turns it up. But I remember there being stuff when she's underage, so that's why, not necessarily sexual things with them, but it being very clear how she feels about him. So yeah. All right. Then there is Empire of Desire by Rina Kent, which, yes, I have read. And this one has one that starts with like, I love the line of this one was, I kissed my father's best friend, and it kind of didn't go well. But then they end up in a forced marriage. So there's that with this one. So this was a Rina Kent that I read. I read this one. I definitely read it way back when. Why does it say I read it in February of 2023? I hate how they do that. Let me look it up here. I read it in May of 2022. This was when I had made another attempt to get into some Rina Kent and it wasn't working so well. We all know I've tried again and I like her current series, but this is one of the like pre-series from it. But yeah, this one was a 4-star read for me for her, so I definitely enjoy myself more with this one. But just one of the things that does always give me pause with Rina Kent is her heroes tend to be very like mean to the heroine when they're pushing them away. They tend to get mean. And when it's not a psychopath, when it's not a like mafia guy, when a man is just like mean to push you away, but really he's tortured inside, it can be tough for me. But in this case, when it is a taboo relationship like this and the man is probably like frightened by the feelings he's having, I don't have as many issues with it, because I'm like, yeah, I understand why you would be being mean and you're really trying to push her away. So it doesn't like bother me as much. And then the last rec that I have for this one is fun. And I don't even know where you can get this one. I think I might have had to buy it from the website because I'm not sure if you can get this on Amazon. It says that you can, but I don't know. We'd have to see. So this one is Daddy's Best Friend by London Hale. And again, this is another one that is exactly what it says. This one is novella length. And it's like, Nathan had always been more than just my dad's friend. I never thought he'd see me as an adult, especially not after avoiding me for so long. But one hug, one moment feeling every inch of him against me shattered the illusion. So yeah, basically this is one when I think they get together after her graduation, but it could cost her his career if he does that. So this one was very taboo. London Hale, I know, is actually a author duet. Yeah, Ellis Lee and Brighton Walsh, and I don't think they actually publish under the London Hale name anymore. But yeah, I really like this one. It was spicy, it was fun, and it'll get you what you need out of the trope, right? So yeah, that is gonna be all of my recs for Dad's Best Friend. And like I've said, I know that there's a lot more for this one. I've put a lot of these in age gap videos before, so these were ones that I think I didn't have in videos before as well. That's why I was fitting them into this one. But feel free to put your Dad's Best Friend recs down below. Again, I know there's some super popular ones out there that people want to dive into. But yeah, put those down below and let me know what your favorite ones are for this trope. That's what I like these trope videos to be, especially the oddly specific ones where they're so, like, it's hard to know that it's a dad's best friend. Maybe it'll just say it's an age gap or whatever. So I like these videos to be for if someone has found this video, they can go to the comments and find even more recommendations. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this. Thank you to my channel members for supporting this. If you'd like to be able to vote on video topics, go ahead and check that out. Yeah, thank you so much for watching, friends, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.